Hello, this is Conan Horrors back for more. So last time I was talking about little boy Jimmy. He's 5 years old and he figures that the ocean is blue because the sky is blue. And the sky is blue because the ocean is blue. And we said that this is circular logic and this is invalid. Well, let me show you something that's a similar construct, but we wouldn't say that this is invalid. And we'll talk about another concept. It's about fallacies. Right, so how does this program handle fallacies? So let's show the valid form of circular logic. Let's say we have a lock and a key. We want to open the lock with a key, right? The lock should never open without the key, and the key should always be there when the lock opens, right? So we can say if the lock opens, then the key was inserted. We can also say if the key was inserted, then the lock opens. So L then K and K then L. Alright, well, we click on one of these, we get the hypothetical syllogism, we follow that through, and we get the conditional identity. The conditional identity converts into the complement law, and we get our circular logic problem. But what if instead we entered it this way? We said lock opens, then key was inserted, and if the key was inserted, then the lock opens. We insert that as a given, and we get our conditional identity. So you'll notice that this is a conditional identity as well. We had our conditional identity before, not K or K. Better put, we would say not P or Q is the same as P then Q. Here we have our biconditional from our conditional identity, where we say P then Q and Q then P is equal to saying P conditional identity, or is equal to Q. Right? So this is how we can go with the other direction of this circular logic. We can say, oh, it's a biconditional. The lock being opened is equal to the key being inserted to the lock. So that means if the key was inserted, the lock opens. If the lock opens, then the key was inserted. We can do the same thing with the sky and the ocean. So if the sky is blue, then the ocean is blue. If the ocean is blue, then the sky is blue. Get the same thing, and we get our conditional identity, our biconditional going on. This is saying that the sky being blue is equal to the ocean being blue, and vice versa. So when you're constructing your arguments, this tool isn't going to tell you, oh, you're doing something wrong. It's going to give you the options, and it is up to the user to figure out if what's going on is a fallacy or not. And I do want to add some fallacy flags. I don't know exactly how I would do that because there's no context for what these variables mean other than what's in our heads. Right? And computers aren't going to be able to understand that context. Certainly not this program. So what about another fallacy? Let's say a fallacy involving fruits. So we can say an apple is a fruit. So A, then F. So if an apple, then a fruit. We can also say if F, then O. So if a fruit, then it is an orange. We know that that's false. If a fruit, then orange. Totally false. It's like saying, if it's a rectangle, then it's a square. No. It's the opposite way. If it's a square, then it's a rectangle. It is the wrong direction. Okay, so we've inserted our hypothetical syllogism. So if A, then O. Well, that's the same as saying, if it's an apple, then it's an orange. That's completely false. The hypothetical syllogism that we used, however, is valid. We have our major premise, we have our minor premise, and then we have our hypothetical syllogism. Conclusion. Totally valid. But the second given is invalid, so this is fallacious. The logic is correct, but the argument is wrong. All right? And there's many other fallacies that can arise. the way that I've developed or been trying to develop this program is in such a way that it guides you and helps you construct your logical arguments in a way that you can be confident, but you still have to use your brain. And you still have to figure out, okay, is this correct? Is this right? With our example of the ocean is blue, therefore the sky is blue, and vice versa, well, that we all can say that's fallacious. That's wrong. It's built on faulty premises. But to say that the lock opens because of the key, and the key causes the lock to open, well, that's not fallacious. But it's constructed nearly identically, right? So it takes a very careful mind to ensure that you use this program correctly. Anyway, until next time, I'm Conan Horace. Have fun.